Alright, a little update. So we got all the material from right along this gravel line here pushed back that way. So that should give us, I'm thinking eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to have all these little pine trees cut down, these little hemlocks. I'll probably cut these down and then go as far as that tree right there, and that'll be where I stop. And then I'll probably dig all of this out kind of in a square shape so that there's a little bit of parking / turnaround here for people. And then that'll be gravel. And then, because that tree, that big tree right there is kind of in line with that birch, sort of. The birch I may or may not keep. I haven't decided yet, but I don't want to get beyond it because there's stuff that's really big and it'd be hard to get around the roots and all that stuff, and you start digging out the loam, you get into the roots, you hit those, and you kill the tree, and then it takes 10 years and it falls over and destroys half your shit. So I don't want to do that. This rock here is all well, some of it's from where I dug out over there, but most all of this rock here is the original stone wall. That was the property line from this property to the next property over to the left, which I own both pieces, and they've actually just combined them this year, so there's no more property line. It's one piece of land now. So, but yeah, I'm hoping the builder's got plenty of room now. I'm thinking he can get through the middle and through this side with his equipment that he needs to, if he needs to get out back to do sheathing or anything like that on the roof, whatever he needs to do. He's a one-man operation, so whatever I can do to make it easier for him is what I'm going to do. Still got a little more grading issues with the driveway I want to take care of eventually. Right here, I don't know if you can see it, but if it looks higher than the actual garage slab, it is a little bit. So I think my best case to take care of that, because it starts sloping down, and I'm significantly low over here where I'm standing. So I think what I'm going to wind up doing is getting a box blade, and I'm just going to try and take all of that material and pull it down this way. So that'll raise this area up a little bit, and then it'll also drop that area down, so I won't have to worry too much about the water draining into my garage. You don't want that. So it's not an immediate concern, but I'd like to take care of it before springtime, but we'll see what happens. I did carve out some more of the grass and stuff over here. We didn't do that initially. I wasn't sure. Well, the guy doing the excavating didn't want to damage anything with the barn or the house foundation or anything like that, so he was being cautious, which I totally understand. I was here the whole time, so plus our main concern, because we didn't know how long it was going to take to prep both of these holes, and we only had the machine for 16 hours. So that was our main concern, that and the giant stumps we had to remove from the hickory trees and the pine tree. So, maple. So I carved back some of this a little bit. I got to get this pretty close to gravel. I got to dig down a little bit more, I think, like here and here. I'll probably wind up bringing in another load of gravel eventually, and then putting that down to kind of fill in the low spots, maybe anywhere there's, because I'm sure with the box blade we're going to pull out a bunch of rocks, so we'll fill in the low spots, probably put some in between the buildings. We'll go from there. The other big thing that we got done this weekend was I got all the nails pulled from all of this form lumber and everything stacked up, and I swept this off where it wasn't wet. So but there was a pile that came down to about here, and we got all of that moved and pushed back. So I'm hoping that that'll give the builder enough room if he needs to come in from this side to get his equipment in. So it should. But if you look at it from the side angle, that's a pretty decent size pile of loam and gravel and mixed up junk. So I think what I'm gonna do I'm gonna see if John Deere makes a rock bucket for the 1025R. If they do, I might try and get it and then use that to get the rocks out of that pile next year, and then take the rocks and then continue to stack them over there, and then eventually build like a stone wall right there. So just kind of like an edge of the property, edge of the lawn wall sort of, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that little machine's done really good for me. So, but yeah, there should be plenty of parking. I'd like to have, if you look, a straight line going from the wall straight down that way, kind of almost, well, the well's in there too, so I gotta figure a way to work around that, but we'll make it work. We'll have plenty of parking when time comes, so we'll be good to go. That was one of my main concerns when I decided to build this, was parking space on the property for people, for customers and stuff. So, but I think we'll be okay. I think we got plenty of room. Yeah, you can really see that high spot right there. You can see it right where my finger is. Right there is the high spot I gotta get rid of. So I haven't eventually. So yeah, should have a better update next weekend. So got big things happening this week. So hopefully when the builder comes back, he's happy with all the space he needs and he'll be able to get right to it. So we'll see what happens. Everyone have a safe weekend.